From rough and tough to plush and smooth, we've got a whole range of experience to be heard and to be enjoyed tonight and heard on Thursdays. It's December, time for the 12th edition of the Tough Truck, the Philippine Tough Truck Challenge, happening this weekend at Clark International Speedway. And from Clark, later on we fly to Cebu for the grand relaunch of Movenpick Hotel, Mactan Island, featuring the brand new place to be, Ibiza Beach Club. That's happening next weekend, the grand relaunch of Movenpick Hotel, Mactan. But you can make your bookings for that Ibiza holiday in Mactan right now. First, let's take on the off-road titans of the Philippine Tough Truck Challenge, members of the Manila Off-Roaders, Inc. We have Ramon Tong, as always, to spearhead the group. Mon, please introduce the rest of your crew tonight.
Good evening, Ravi, and good evening to all listeners of the station. We have here tonight, we're proud to have here tonight a representative of Profender Thailand, our supplier of fantastic racing shocks, Miss Orasa.
Miss Orasa? Okay.
We have our good friend Norman from Thailand. We have also Paul, who is our events director for Tough Truck.
Welcome back, Paul.
We have Martin De Leon from 199, and we have Jay, who's also from 199.
Very good. Okay, I hear that last year's event went extremely well, even if you had to contend with extremes of heat and rain in the space of 2 days. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. It was a tough
weather last year.
Tough weather that matched the title Tough Truck.
But does that make it more exciting?
Yes, it makes it more exciting because actually the racers are really looking for that extra difficulty. That
you're looking forward to mud, a lot of mud.
Definitely.
A lot of mud splattering about, and this year you're expecting a little, a little better weather, gentler weather perhaps, are you?
Actually the weather is quite unpredictable this
Not
time of
sure.
the year. So sometimes you get good weather in the morning, but in the end there's always a surprise in store for the race.
Let's put it this way, the rain will not stop the race.
Definitely not. It will make it more enjoyable then.
It will make it more enjoyable. Okay, the details please. Where is it happening? When is it happening?
Well, we're quite lucky to be hosted again by Clark International Speedway. So this will be our second year at the venue. This will be this coming Saturday, Sunday, December 8th and 9th. The event will hopefully start by 9 or 10 o'clock. And the first day should be the elimination round, and then the championship round should be on Sunday.
So for those who are not familiar with the Tough Truck Challenge yet, it is basically a race of big trucks.
Yes, purely off-road vehicles.
Okay, I say trucks very loosely. It's not the truck that you see.
Not the typical truck, yes.
Not the delivery trucks that you think of. So
hardcore 4x4 vehicles.
There you go.
Yes, hardcore 4x4 vehicles.
It's a race of Optimus Primes.
Definitely. Mostly about obstacles, conquering obstacles at a shorter time. And then there are 3 heats. The last heat is championship.
And all this happened in the space of 2 days.
Yeah, definitely 2 days.
The first day is eliminations.
Yes, definitely. All racers will have to pass to tackle 2 tracks, track A and B, and the best or the top 20 will move on to track C, where the championship or the champion will be determined.
But the event is open for everyone to watch.
Yes, yes. This will give an opportunity to all the Filipinos to experience what 4x4 racing is all about here.
And to get in, do you need to buy a ticket? Is it open? Can they just go to the speedway and get a seat there?
Yeah, it's open to the public.
It's for free?
Yeah, it's for free.
Excellent. Okay, so the first day is eliminations, and you're expecting how many vehicles, how many contestants this year?
Last year, Paul, how many vehicles did
We
you have?
had 54 last year, so right now we're expecting about 60 or more.
So an increase from last year.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. These 60 or so vehicles, so they've prepared all year to race. They soup up their 4-wheel vehicles. They practice. They network and everything. And then come elimination, how many fall by the wayside? Metaphorically. How many get eliminated?
40.
40.
40 because we're getting the top 20 to compete in the finals. So the two-thirds.
So how frustrating is it for those 40? They prepared for it all year, look forward to it, and dang, the first day they don't make it.
Well, it could really be frustrating, especially if the cause of the failure, equipment failure, is some minor details that somebody forgot to tighten this or whatever. It could be really frustrating. But then again, that's tough truck. That's a race.
And it's a race.
That's the break of the game. Part of
That's the whole excitement of it.
Yes.
Whether you make it to the finals or
Yes,
not.
definitely yes.
And for the finals, you have you're looking at 20.
20.
And I'd like to remind you that it's usually tough truck is the determining race for the NASFOR driver of the year.
Okay.
So there are some drivers here who are already on top with points, and we will determine the driver of the year in this event.
Who won last year's Tough Truck Challenge?
Last year's driver of the year is Reina Jaime from Y. He's from Mindanao.
He was a surprise contender
Why surprise?
because nobody expected him to win.
Because
He was not visible during the elimination.
I see.
Then when the points were tallied, turns out he had the most number of points, so he won.
So the dark horse won.
Yep.
Because
I think he'll be coming also.
And he's
To
not a
do
dark
to
horse
do a repeat.
anymore.
No, he's
This
still
year.
within the top 3.
he's the third among the leaders.
Yeah, but everyone will be watching him this time.
Yeah.
Not like last
Not
year.
like
It
last
was
year. Not like last
unexpected.
year.
So he could repeat the victory, or somebody else could repeat his victory. Who knows?
To give you a backgrounder, our series is like the F1. Every race, they accumulate points. They get points, and then it gets tallied in the Tough Truck. They award the driver of the year. So we have 12 races. So every race, you get points. Then the one who gets the most points is awarded the driver of the year.
And who are the judges this year?
There are no judges actually.
Okay.
You get the points by getting
By the
best time.
performance in the
You're
race.
getting the best time. Like
Okay.
track A, you get the best time. You get 10 points, and it goes down. 10 points, 7 points, 5 points, 3 points. So it's like Formula 1.
Simply put, by just registering, even if you don't race, you already get a point. That's the most minimum, the minimum that you can get by joining the race. But if you get first place in track A, track B, different points are tallied to your score.
Monster Radio RX 93.1, heard on Thursdays. I'm Rafi Reyes. We have a packed show tonight. Right now I'm talking to the people behind the Philippine Tough Truck Challenge happening this weekend at Clark International Speedway. And later on we'll be talking to David Jameson of Movenpick Hotel, Mactan, Cebu, about their grand relaunch, which happens next weekend. You can get in touch with us. You can post your likes and your comments on our Facebook page, Monster Radio RX 93.1, or you can tweet me at RX931. So we're making it simple starting tonight. Just tweet me at RX931 if you have any questions or if you just want to make a comment or say hi for tonight's topic of Heard on Thursdays. You have somebody here to talk about the Nash 4?
Yeah, Nash 4, on behalf of Nash 4, Nash 4 was formed, it stands for National Association of Filipino Off-Roaders, and it was formed sometime 2000 to bring together all the different 4x4 clubs all over the country under one umbrella group. So this year will be the last term of its 5th president. Over the course of these 12 years, we had 5 presidents. So tomorrow night, the 9 directors from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao will be selecting the next president for the next 2 years. And on that meeting, new rules that will be implemented new racing rules will be discussed to be implemented in the next 2 years.
That must mean that interest in the sport is getting bigger.
Definitely, yes. If we could hear the debates on what rules should be adjusted, and then it's
On the
a
message
never-ending, it's a never-ending thing. But it's good because it shows how alive the sport is and how people have gotten over it.
But the Manila Off-Roaders got together initially because you really wanted recognition for off-roading as a sport, right?
Actually, Manila Off-Roaders is one of the clubs under the Nash 4 banner.
Okay.
And all clubs have their own races. It so happened that the Manila Off-Roaders started Tough Truck here in Metro Manila. So it has been our yearly calling to host this race for everybody.
Well, has respect grown for off-road racing as a legitimate motorsport?
It has, but the popularity isn't really that as spectacular as the other sports. But over the years, it has really grown.
Well, I've asked you this before, but what is the thrill that you guys get from this type of racing?
The thrill is actually, if you look at the tracks, it looks insurmountable. So part of the feeling is trying to read the tracks and trying to find a way of crossing. And then testing your skill, and conquering your fears, because there are some obstacles that are really scary, especially the tabletops. So it's like, mind over matter. You want to challenge, you get challenged, you want to prove to everybody that you can do it, and do it at a short time.
And
So
this is a
race.
race that seems to have a practical, real-life aspect to it, right? The racetrack is not as polished or as calculated as in other motorsports.
Yes, the rougher it is, the better.
Exactly.
And then with the help of weather, if it rains, it makes
See?
it more
It
difficult.
gets better.
And part of, I'm sorry about that, Rally, but part of the excitement is most of the racers build their own trucks.
There you go.
And in building the trucks, you get an excitement and a high, especially you get to finish the tracks.
There's a
Let alone win
feeling
it.
of ownership of the vehicle and of the race that's different from other races.
Definitely, yes.
And it's gotten better this year, you say, because of the participation of suppliers like Orasa here?
Yes, I'm proud to say that for the past year, a new company that came into the scene, Racetech, has been able to supply the local off-roaders with quality coilover springs, courtesy of Profender Thailand. This is Miss Orasa's company.
Hi, Orasa.
Yeah.
Say hi.
Yes.
Use the mic.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, so because of her, the coilover shocks, which seems to be a dream for most off-roaders, is now very affordable. So if you look at the race cars now, it has transitioned, it has morphed from the old leaf spring, coil spring setup to a buggy type of a race truck.
Orasa looks so sweet and she's soft voiced. I don't imagine her as a tough trucker driving a truck.
Yeah,
She just sells you the coils.
she sells me. She and her boss, Miss Tarika, are the only two women in the industry, in the shop business, that are selling their products worldwide.
So it's
You're
women.
exporting to how many countries, Miss Orasa?
It's women who are running the industry.
Mostly we export around 40 countries already, but only me and Miss Tarika to take care of them.
And why is that? Orasa? Good products, I
Good
suppose.
product.
There you go.
Product
And good
appreciate
selling
it.
skills.
Good selling skills. Women have better skills, I guess, than us men.
But are there more female participants now in off-roading?
Right now, there is one active female, and she's from where? Po?
From Isabela.
Isabela. She won 3rd place last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Third
she's
place in
back.
Tough Truck.
And I heard there are some new contenders, but they won't be racing this year. Maybe next year. Maybe two more female races.
It's
They're
a
just
male-dominated
Still
sport.
dominated, but it's attracting the female.
I guess so, because I've noticed more and more females, even here in the station, driving trucks and pickups. And, I don't know, they're like large vehicles that I myself am afraid to to drive. They don't, no little sedans for them, no hatchbacks for them. They
No.
want the
They
big
want
kahunas.
Yeah.
Yeah. They want power. Women want power these days.
Well, I guess women are really powerful.
Yeah. But with the Tough Truck Challenge, well, for now it is male dominated. Are there any events to spice up the race this year? Any other side events?